We're live. This is the Intelligent Human Voice Podcast Network. I'm your host, the PatMan, from the Bay to LA and beyond. Yo, I'm going to put this on you real quick. You better turn up the volume, baby. Here's Yeeeee, the remix. Yeah. Did you enjoy that? They call that one Yeeeee. Yeeeee, baby. Yeeeee. Can you believe this song is like over 20 years old? It's true. This is the Intelligent Human Voice Podcast Network. I'm your host, the PatMan, from the Bay to LA and beyond. If there's an echo, it's because I'm on the laptop today, not using the phone, so I can't figure out how to turn the volume down on the laptop. So forgive me if you hear back volume. Anyway, people are calling in the middle. This is my ringtone, people. Look. It's the only way I'll answer my phone. I had to use my own voice. as a ringtone to answer the phone. It's like, maybe I should answer the phone. I don't know. Anyway, it's a beautiful day in LA. No, it is not sunny. It is raining. It's been raining for about 2-3 months. Global warming is real. The planet is real. I say it's God laughing and crying at the same time. I believe that. I believe that. There's greenery around LA on the mountaintops. You can see it where there was not green. Just, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, people, I didn't really have anything I wanted to talk about today. I got a lot to talk about because, over the past couple of weeks, it's just been dynamic. A lot of people have been going through some stuff. We're all going through some stuff. I've been going through some stuff, but it is all good. I'm here to tell you right now, it is all good. Let me give some shout outs to whoever's listening right now. Now that I'm on the laptop, I can give some shout outs and kind of jump in between screens here. I want to give a shout out to Andres Morales and the Morales clan. Man, dude, I got out to Ciclavia I didn't even know about it. I just jumped on my bike, when I saw the sun out and pulled over, and there was all this traffic. And I was like, what's going on? They're like, Ciclavia, Culver City. What? I'm not missing anymore, dude. We're going to connect. Call me when the next next bicycling event. I got to get back in there. I got to roll. I got to rock and roll. Let me give some credit to the song that was played. That song was created over 20 years ago, people. I've been in LA for 15 years. Me and my boy Jen Lewis, aka Jen Star. We wrote that song in, I don't know, in a little of no time, 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. We just cranked out like 13, 14 songs back to back before I moved to LA. Hooked up with my boy Chris Perez. Chris came through on the bass and guitar. That's what you hear riffing in that song. I think I'm going to release it, put it on, SoundCloud so you can buy it, download it. But here's the thing. If you're listening to the podcast today, you can actually download it and play it again. That's what's up. Like I said, there's a lot going on in the world, but you know what? You don't have to be in it. You can move forward. That's what I'm learning about my past. There's been a lot going on and a lot of revealing. But, full moon is coming. Mercury retrograde. It's just a magnificent time to be on Earth right now. And I hope everyone is feeling that. I hope everyone is moving forward on that. I hope you're learning, inspiring, and more importantly, the children are waking up. If you adults over 25, are not waking up, if the adults who are 65 and over are not waking up, hey, you got to wake up. You got to wake up. Smell some coffee out there, people. Smell some coffee. If you hadn't got coffee, then smell some tea. Tea is good for you anyway. Tea is real good for you. Ain't tea good for you? Yeah, I think tea is good for you. Who am I talking to? It's no one here but me. It's no one here but me. That's why if you've got a product, a service, an idea, you want to holler at a brother. Wait, I got 5 people in the chat. Let me see who's trying to chat. Oh, it's Andres. Good to hear your voice. Green everywhere. All good in the hood, brother. Shout out, thanks. It's working, people. It's working. Hootie hoo, hoo doo, hootie hoo. Ain't it working? Hey, the other day I was walking down the street and stepped into a puddle. Yeah, thank you. I had to check out the effects. I got to make sure everything is working here. Thanks, brother, for checking in. I had to make sure everything was working on the laptop, although I can hear some back echo going on. It's a little annoying, but we'll figure that out. Hey, check this out. There's at least, this is the 40th episode. I'm not stopping. I'm going 7 days a week. If you have a product, if you have a service, if you are a good friend of mine on Facebook or Instagram, if you have an idea, if there's something you want to say, let's get on the podcast. Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. Stop jiving. This is 2019. all bull to the side, no more jiving. That's what 2019 and 2020 is all about. Anybody that's not representing the positivity, just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. I think I wanted to talk about now. I was just testing out the mic today. I was like, look, I've been using the Galaxy LG to record my podcast on the phone in the Jeep. And that was my first time, the first week of recording on the phone. It sound pretty good when I listen to it, later. And now I'm doing it on my laptop. And I got a microphone, one of the Samsung microphones plugged in, got some earphones on, and it's working just like I'm in the studio, just like I was in the studio. So yeah, everything is rocking and rolling. Andreas, give me another shout out. If you want to chat, I'm going to start. What I'm going to do for the rest of the week, I'm going to explain awake. Awake. All right, here we go. Thank you, brother. Awake meaning, it means, there's been a different kind of energy going on in the world. And a lot of folks aren't open to what's been going on. I mean, there's negativity, there's lies, there's deceit, there's history, and being awake is meaning, your consciousness is open to what's real and what feels real in your soul. That's what it means to me. I think, and if you're asking me, I've been awake since I was a kid. I'm not kidding you. There were things going on in my life as a child, as a kid, that just didn't resonate with me, like history, like some of the history they was shoveling down my throat. Some of the facts, we've been talking about fossil fuels. They've been textbooks for years. And the awakened side, this voice, this consciousness was always speaking truth to me. Like, don't accept that. Why don't you go here and study this? Why don't you go over here and talk to this person and make up your own idea of what you mean, what you feel is truth to you, and then connect the dots and talk to other people and see what resonates with that. And that's what it's been like. So, in 2019, you hear a lot of folks saying like, I'm woke, I'm awake, but for everybody it's different. And for the phases, it may happen all at once. It may happen gradually. For me, I think it's happened in spurts, like in my 20s, in my 30s, while I was a teenager, while I was a kid. It's just been it's been a hallelujah moment every moment of my life. Andrea said he's only been awake for about 10 years, but the knowledge has always been there. That's what I'm saying. So that's the thing. We all have that knowledge, but there's something. It may be a catastrophic event that happens. It might be an accident. It might be some traumatic event that happens in your life, but eventually it's going to happen. Or it may never happen. It may never happen. But I think you owe it to yourself to just kind of start looking at things a little more closely, just a little more, microscopically, just kind of looking at it and questioning stuff. That's what awakening means to me. It's questioning. When you question, you're going to get answers. Now, as a young human being, I used to question everything. And the answers I was receiving from the people that I was surrounded with, I was not resonating with those answers. So what did I do? I go to the library. I went to the library. I'd stayed in the library. There was a lot of people, a lot of cats that hung out in the streets of Oakland and whatnot. For me, I was like, you know what? There's answers that I need, and I think the library has it. Sure enough, I would tap into my psychic sense and just kind of feel what book just kind of, reached out to me. and I would open up the page and bam, there was the answer right there. And I would go with that answer. I would roll with that answer. And that's how I've been doing it since I was a kid. Andreas brings up another point here. Another major awakening for me was in yoga. Thank you for bringing that up, brother. Yoga did it for me. And just like you, brother, 10 years ago is when I started doing yoga. All right. We had the same instructor, Donna DeCoster, was our instructor. Donna took off for a while, and during the time that Donna was gone, I started doing yoga at home, and I started evolving even more because I wanted to do it every day. It was feeling so good. I was tapped into something that I can explain it, but you just have to go there. And when I started doing it, when I started practicing yoga at home, there's a book I think I shared with a few of the fellas. It's called Yoga for Men Only. If you want that PDF, you send me a message. I'll send it to you. There's this doctor who wrote it back in 1970, 71. I was born in the 70s. And this book came out, and it talks about yoga for men and how, once you really tap in, you'll never stop. You'll never stop doing yoga. It's not what you think it is, but it's going to help you. I mean, if you can tap into something that can help mind, body, spirit, soul, and it works for you, do it. But, I grew up in the church, so they weren't, the church weren't out there trying to, do jumping jacks and stretching and any of that. They was more like, I had to put a laugh out there because it's funny. They were more like talking about, what they had Saturday night, for dinner, cornbread. And I'm like, yo, man, I came here to be uplifted. I don't want to talk about what your mama cooked for you, for dinner. I don't want to talk about that. I want to receive something. So I became bored with church. I don't want to get into that. That's a whole nother podcast. What else you got for me, Andreas? I mean, you're the only one in the chat room. With something else you want me to cover? Here's what Andreas is bringing up as well. The psychic abilities. Every person is psychic, whether you want to accept that or not. You just haven't tapped into it. And maybe you're scared. Maybe there's some fear around that. Well, I just finished watching earlier this morning. Will Smith he's created this video of bucket lists. This guy is jumping into sharks. He's in the Bahamas, jumping into the ocean of sharks. And one of the things he says about fear is that, he said he wanted to get over it. He's done a lot of things. He's dreamed his dreams. He's lived his dreams. He has a perfect family, this, that, and the other. And he just wanted to get over fear. And I know, goodness gracious, I know what fear feels like. Are you kidding me? Ex-girlfriend of mine, she got me through the fear of heights. Next thing you know, and it was like that. It was just like that. Did some kind of hypnotic something or another, tied in, did an eye to eye, energy. Next thing you know, I'm on the zip line on Venice Beach. I'm not kidding you. Real story. Got pictures and everything. That was my first feeling of getting over fear. There was a couple others. The other one was like getting on this crop duster airplane, going to visit my grandmother. I'm going out to the tarmac and the connecting flight. They're like, oh, all flights to Spokane, please line up here, blah, blah. And I'm looking out the window. I'm like, where's the plane? Where's the plane? He's like, oh, that's the plane. I'm like, that's the plane with the propellers? Nah, yo, this ain't gonna work out. This ain't gonna work out. But I couldn't turn around. I was like, all right, well, you know what? It's been a great life. If this little crop duster, runs into one of the mountains. It's been a great life. I'm all prayed up. I'm all God up. It's all good. The entire flight, I end up sitting next to this woman, older woman, and we got to talking about fear and removing fear. Next thing you know, we're landing in Spokane. Fear gone, removed. Wasn't crazy about the trip coming back because I was like, oh, I got to get back on that. And same thing, sat next to another woman, and we got to talking about kids and her kids and my life and my family and how much fun I had in Spokane. Next thing you know, the fear's gone. So after that, it became like, what else can I do? What else can I get over? I'm not jumping into no pool with sharks. I give Will Smith so many props for that. This guy is fearless. Once you jump in in the ocean with sharks, man, that's what's after that. What comes after that? He's been jumping out of planes, and now he's about to do stand up. That's one of my things. I got to do stand up. I hope you guys come out for that one. Let me see what. Here you go. For example, you're doing comedy. That's the unknown, and the unknown will teach you many things. Let me read that out loud from my homie Andres. You already know what you know, but you sure don't know the unknown. For example, you doing comedy. That's the unknown, and the unknown will teach you many things. Here's the thing about comedy, man. I grew up watching Richard Pryor, Benny Hill, Johnny Carson, Eddie Murphy, and those dudes and Red Fox. If you grew up in that era listening to those dudes, Flip Wilson, the list goes on. Those guys were the first funny. All the other comedians now in 2019 who are doing stand up, they learned from those guys. So it's in me to tell jokes. I just was at this pivotal moment in my life where I just became so empathetic about people and what they would think of me and talking about people and stuff. And I was like, well, I don't have to talk about people. I can talk about my family. That's what I know. That's what I think I know. Growing up, I got some crazy childhood stories that I think are funny. And then there's been life. Life has been funny. So I got to talk about it. And what resonates with me may resonate with someone else. So that's why I got to do comedy, because I got to get it out. No alcohol on stage, no bud, no nothing. I'm just going to get up there and just, I'm going to have a little pre-script, but I'm doing that. My homegirl Liz said she's going to do it too. Liz runs 420 Yoga in the Bay Area. Liz moved to the Bay Area. And I hope my Bay folks out there taking care of her. She's a real good soul. And her and Stephanie started 420 Yoga. That's right. They started it. Anybody else say they started, they lying. They lying, yo. Oh, this is amazing. I feel wonderful. I feel awesome. Oh, I got to share this. Speaking of fear. This is the message for today. This is what we're going to talk. Since we're on this fear thing, I got to talk about this. So before I went to bed last night, I'm getting into this meditations. If you ever heard of Barry Long, just came to me one day. He just came to me one day. I downloaded his MP3 or something onto one of my players, and I had it in the car, and I was listening to some of my music. And I remember I was driving from Debs Park over here in LA. I can't tell you where it is. If you don't know what Debs Park, I'm not telling you. That's like my underspot. But I'm driving, and I was just frustrated and annoyed, and was like, I just wish I could just stop thinking. I wish I could just shut it off. No sooner than I say this voice comes through my speaker, on the MP3, and I'm like, where's that coming from? He starts off, how to stop thinking. I'm Barry Long. How to stop thinking. And he just goes on into this tangent for an hour. I pulled over and I listened to the entire hour of what he had to say changed my whole shebang. So I'm bringing it up because I hadn't listened to Barry Long in about a year. And he talked about it. He said, look, that pygmy of a voice that's in your head that you think is not you. And he's going to tell you, it is going to tell you to don't listen to me. Don't do meditations. Don't do this. Don't do that. You're going to stop. He said, but I'm telling you, do not stop. I stopped. I actually stopped, people. Anyway, I go to sleep. I fall asleep to Jonathan Butler. Jonathan Butler's got this awesome song. It's on my MP3 player. I'm listening to it, and I'm in between sleep mode and not totally, out of it. Go into this dream state of, I don't know. It's like I was on the airplane. It was partially like I was in the Bay Area. I was getting off a BART. There was a package that needed to be delivered. There was this lady. She wasn't my girlfriend or anything like that, but she wanted me. The deal was like she wanted a package delivered. I was putting together a gift package for her husband or her boyfriend, anniversary gift. And in the package was, and I'm remembering this because I woke up and I started writing it down. So in the package was like a heart, a crystal heart, a flat crystal heart made out of diamonds. She said it was a diamond heart. She was giving it to her husband for the anniversary. He comes through the door, but right as he's coming through the door, she gives me a kiss on the lip. Not a kiss, but like a kiss on the lip. Like, oh, thank you very much. Kind of surprised me. Like, yo, girl, you can't be kissing me like that. Your husband. This dude walks through the door, looks at me. He's like, what the is going on here? And she's like, oh, it's not what you think, this, that, and the other. He got this awesome gift package for you. And la. He's not hearing it. He's starting to cry and he's going crazy. He's like, I can't believe it. I knew you was. And then he slaps her head and a wig fall off, go flying somewhere. And she had other hair up under that. And it was like straight, like Tina Turner straight. And, I'm scared. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh shit, this dude's going to kill me, man. This dude's going to kill me. And I wake myself up. I've been able to do that. For a very long time, since I was a kid. If I'm into a dream state, I'm able to wake myself up and go, yo, this is a dream. Pull yourself out. Done. I've been able to fly on command. Like, oh, I think I want to fly tonight. Go to sleep, and I'm flying like Superman. This dream in particular, and it's ironic that I wake up and I'm looking at Will Smith's, jumping into sharks video. It's one of the first things I looked at this morning. The feeling I had in my dream of nervousness and fearing this guy that he's going to kick my ass. I was like, what am I scared of? That's why I woke up like, what am I scared of? Why was I scared of this dude? I don't like having that feeling. I'm not scared of anything. I have no fear. I'm God consciousness, yo. I wasn't trying to mess with your girl. I got my own girl. Why I want your girl? I'm getting a package for her. And I'm not saying that, I came out of the dream, but that's what I received once I was out of the dream. I was like, you know what? I don't like that feeling. I ain't having that feeling no more. I claimed that. And here's the other thing about this. I could see myself, but I couldn't see myself. And in this difference, it wasn't he was scaring me, the adult me. He was scaring the child me. It was the child me. It was the teenager me that he was talking to. So in that instance, there was some fear. There was some fear that built up around this grown man. And here's the thing. I recognized his face, but I didn't recognize his face, right? Is a really dark-skinned brother, and he was angry. He was angry. He thought I was trying to get his girl, and I was like, yo, I'm just putting this package together for her. Look, she got a crystal diamond heart for you. I mean, don't you want the diamond heart? So I don't know what that's about, but I wrote it down. I'll come back to it later and do it like that. Yo, we 30 minutes in. Maybe I'll play another song. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna play another song, and then I'm gonna head on up out of here. Like I said, if you got a product, a service, you're an entrepreneur, you're doing something big in the world, even if you know a business that wants to get promoted on the podcast, hit me up, subscribe, follow. Let's talk. This is real stuff. This is a real deal. I'm the real deal, and I want to connect the dots with realness on planet Earth right now. This song is called There's No Other. This is another song that 20 years ago. It's 20 years in the making. I gotta hit up Jen and be like, yo, we gotta get things rocking, yo. Here we go. It's called No Other by the PatMan. This is the PatMan from the Bay to LA and beyond. We're out of here. I hope you have a blessed day. Hope you have a great life. And I hope you get over some type of fear today and get on with your life. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe life is too short. I think you just probably get started too late. You know what I mean? Wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Up you wake. This has been the PatMan for the Intelligent Human Voice Podcast Network. I hope you follow, subscribe. We're going 7 days a week. Don't know what time I want to go on, but we'll figure it out. All right. Hope you living large and in charge. Peace.